Hey colleague, today I want to give some examples of sermonizing. These are going to be from the top of the head, top of the dome, as my students would say. First, let me give credit where it's due. So sermonizing is a concept that I first learned about from New York educator Brian Sztabnik. Brian is probably most widely known for his role as the creator of the Talks with Teachers podcast. Somewhere on Brian's blog, I remember him sharing once about his habit of sermonizing. He takes the last 2 to 3 minutes with his high school students to just go for it, explaining why today's poem, today's novel, today's writing skill matters. And he tries to go as big as he can. So if it's a 300-year-old poem, he'll try to say how it speaks into the human condition today. He also just has fun with this. I think he channels a little bit of C.S. Lewis. Like C.S. Lewis, when he's explaining his passion for Christianity and mere Christianity, he's not like an ogre about it. He's not grumbly about it. He's not mad that some people don't share his views. He's just really happy with this way of viewing the world, this story of Christian redemption. And so he can be playful. He doesn't have to be forceful with his apologetics. And I think that's what Brian's doing with his sermonizing at the end of class. I also like that he calls it sermonizing because if you think about it, the view that education is valuable, like English or science or physical education, whatever you teach, the view that that's just like valuable for all students no matter what, it's got a little bit of a secular religious vibe to it. I mean, there is some of that you have to take on faith. When I say what we're learning today in world history, what we're learning today in English matters to all of us, I'm espousing a view that I can't empirically demonstrate. And I'm telling you, espouse that view. Go for it. Sermonize, just like Brian Sztabnik says. So in today's video, I'm going to give some examples from an old world history book that is no longer used in my school. Now I'm just going to open up to some pages here. I'm just going to real quick sermonize. And what I'm trying to model is being creative, being playful, having fun, being unafraid sometimes for your sermonizing to just bomb. Here we go. All right, let's imagine that we have this is a world geography book. I really want a world history book. Hold please. All right, yeah, we don't even teach world geography anymore. World history, revolutions in Europe and Latin America. All right, class, today we looked at the revolutions of 1830 and 1848 in Europe. And I guarantee that none of you even heard about these revolutions before today's class, right? They're not well known. I didn't know about them before I taught this class at our school. But what's so important to realize is that when enough people get an idea in their head, a picture of the way that things could be better, they can do things that make it into the history books. And even though not all of these revolutions succeeded per se, they still created change in their societies. They gave a sense to other people that more was possible. And I think that's pretty neat, don't you? Who knows what type of revolution you'll be a part of in your life. Have a good day. So that's just an example of not a topic that most teenagers think will relate to them. The revolutions of 1830 and 48. No thanks. Now I've got another page here, the Protestant Reformation. I'm thinking in my head as the teacher, a lot of my students are irreligious. Those who are religious don't care about something necessarily that took place 500 years ago. So today class, we looked at this guy nailing his 95 theses on the door of a church in Wittenberg. And it's kind of like this iconic moment to world historians, because in this kind of one instant you have this person who's going to reproduce this piece of paper using the brand new technology, the printing press, and it's going to spread all throughout his area of Europe, and it's going to create all these conversations that are going to start to challenge and undermine the power structure of the day, the Catholic Church. And these conversations will eventually reap lots of fruit, good and bad. They will reap the fruit of more people reading the Christian scriptures, which I think Luther would say is really good. But then they'll also reap the fruit of bloodshed and violence, including the absolutely horrifying 30 Years' War. And the reason that I bring this up to y'all is because we don't know what the impact of our actions will necessarily be. I don't think that Luther ever intended for the 30 Years' War to take place, but it did. And a lot of that could be traced back to Martin Luther's actions. So I guess today's lesson is just a chance for us all to think about the ramifications of the things that we do. And maybe to be careful the next time that we post on social media. Have a good day. So these were 2 examples of sermonizing in a world history class. I'm going to do another video with examples from a math class, and that is going to be pure pain for all math teachers to watch. Tune in next time.